around. There we go. Go live on Facebook. Hello, the world of Facebook. How are we doing? Right, where have I gone? What have I done here? So what I need, I'm trying to like copy and paste all of the links, all of the things. Let me add a link. Hello everyone who's on Facebook. How are we doing? Right, I'm just going to go live on Instagram. Let me know if you can hear me and see me okay is the first thing I'm going to ask, because I always do. Let me know. Can you hear me and see me okay? Right, I'm just getting myself sorted as always. I have so many windows open, guys. Like I think I have 6 open now. If you saw what my screen was like, you'd be like, how on earth are you looking at all of those screens? And I guess I've got 7 screens because I've actually got an iPad here as well, and 8 because I got my phone here. So that's a little bit crazy. Oh, I've just done that little movie aroundy thing. So let me know, can you guys hear me and see me okay? I'm hoping that I've now put that back to where it is supposed to be. Today we are talking about Christmas prep. Now, I'm not quite sure if you guys have seen, however, the Christmas prep course is now a go. All right. So pretty well, we have 50% off our get your shop ready for the holidays in one weekend course. Yes, it's a mouthful, but it does exactly what it says on the tin. Okay. So if you are watching on Instagram, I have popped a link in this live here. Let me just add 50% off Xmas course here. Let me just put that in there just so it's clearer. So if you are watching on Instagram, I have actually popped the link in there. Or if you comment the trigger word Xmas weekend, all one word, I'll send you like a nice automated message just to kind of give you the link. And if you are watching on Facebook, give me a little wave. I don't know if Facebook comments they've all appeared now. How random. Why do they do that? It's the most random thing ever. The Facebook live streaming interface is just poopy. It really is. Hi, Gary. How are you doing? Helen, I can see your comment now. So you can hear and see me. I can see you now. Rose, how are you doing? Hello. Okay. So, my comment isn't posting now. How infuriating. Right, let me just reset that then. Sort out the comments. I need like a tech person, I think. I need like a tech person sat here that can just set all of this up for me so I don't have to do it. So 50% off the course is ready, it's open. But today I'm going to kind of go through 5 tweaks that I want you guys to start thinking about now. Remember this time last week we spoke about Christmas prep, why it's important, why we need to do it now and not leave it. And we're today going to be talking about like the actual tweaks that you want to be making. Okay. Also, I thought as well, a little bit later, this live's going to be about 40 minutes long. A little bit later, I thought I would give you a little kind of behind the scenes tour of the Christmas prep course. And just a reminder for those who've just joined us, that's going to be half price between now and Friday. So it's normally £75. It's going to be half price at £37. So, if you're going to buy it, you might as well buy it at half price because, yeah, you're going to save yourself some pennies. All right, so it's very much time to get Christmas prepped. Okay, now I'm just going to go back through. Here's a little behind the scenes of all my little notes here. I wonder whether that's the one. Is that the one? No. Is that the one? No. Is that the one? Yes, it is. Right. So these were my notes from last week. As you can see, and if you haven't seen last week, I highly recommend that you go and watch the replay. But as you can see, it's this little like calendar graphic that I want you guys to be aware of the most today, because we are already behind, to be honest, when it comes to getting prepped for Christmas. Okay, so like we talked about in that live, we talked about the cutoff dates, we talked about the 3 to 5, we talked about Xmas SEO. So if you are like curious about that, I highly recommend that you go and watch the replay of that. I'm just going to get my pen set back up again. So, okay, let's talk about those 3 to 5 tweaks then. All right. But first, I want to talk about the Christmas buyer path. Okay. Because there's no time of year really that you are ever going to get as many new people, new eyeballs to your listings than in Q4. All right. So that's why it's really important that we understand this. Okay. So they find you, they understand. My handwriting's terrible. They understand the gift. Okay. They understand you. They understand the brand. And actually, like, I know this sounds like a really obvious thing. Totally get it. I completely get that you're like, well, obviously it's a necklace. Well, obviously it's a scarf. Well, obviously it's a candle. But there's so much more to understanding than just, oh, it's this thing. They have to understand if it is relevant to them, if it's what they're looking for, if it's what will fit into their life, if it's what they had pictured in their mind's eye. Understand is not just like knowing what the product is. I hope that that makes sense. So understand the gift. I'm going to put gift because in Q4, Christmas prep, we're not just talking about like products anymore. We're actually talking about gifts. Okay. So I don't want anybody just listing listings. You're listing gifts. All right. Especially around this time of year to get ready for that time of year. All right. So then we move on to trust. Now, because a lot of eyeballs are going to be coming into the shop, into your listings with no prior clue as to who you are and what you do and how long you've been doing it for and your process and how it comes packaged and you know what I mean, right? There's a big issue around trust. Now, it's always been the same, so don't think like this is a new thing, although I do feel like people are a little bit more skeptical, I guess, like recently because of AI and all that sort of stuff, and they are right to be a little bit more like that. However, what I want you to understand is that if your shop does not look trustworthy, and that's really like one of the big things that we're going to be building on in the Christmas prep course, which by the way is half price until Friday. That's really one of the big issues, because they might see your product, like your SEO might be working really well, or it might not be, but you might be driving your own traffic. They might basically find you, they might click on your listing, but if your trust is like, they're not going to be buying from you. They're going to click off and go, oh, you know. Side note here as well, what I do see, and I recently recorded like a podcast talking all about newbie pricing and how when you are new, and I'd love for you guys to let me know, when you were new, when you were first starting your business, was your mindset, I need to have my prices as cheap as I can to get more orders? Because that was one of the points that I made in this podcast. And actually the data has shown over and over again that if you underprice, you crush trust. Like, when's the last time that you went into like a random dingy corner of like a shopping mall and bought a brand new iPhone for like £100, right? You would immediately be like, alarm bells going off. No, thank you. I'm going to back away slowly. It could be legit and it could be a bargain, but if the price is not really singing it to you, if the price does not match the target market does not match the brand does not match the price, it's all a little bit mismatchy and it all just sets off alarm bells, okay? So like with the trust thing, don't come at it from, oh, I'm just going to reduce my prices because then more people are going to buy from me, right? So the next part of this is they buy, which I could have written down like 5 minutes ago, but anyway. So that is the ultimate kind of buyer flow, especially around Christmas time, okay? So what kills this? We have an unclear product, that will kill that bit. We have hidden delivery date, that will kill that bit. We have no reviews, that will also kill that bit. We have wrong link, that will also kill that bit, okay? And then you also have like Christmas buyer keywords, that's going to kill that bit, Okay, so actually you can kind of see here that you almost have this 1, 2, 3 step before you're going to get sales over Christmas time. Okay, it's really important that you're prepped, and in the course we are covering each one of these things. All right, so the first thing that what color should I do? Let's do green. The first thing that I want to, like, the first of the 5 tweaks is your cutoff date. Okay, now we spoke about this at length last week, so if you have no idea and you're thinking, how on earth am I supposed to know what my Christmas cutoff date is? Like, how am I supposed to know that, Steph? If you go to last week, I actually walk you through how to work that out now. But you want to make it obvious. You don't want to make people hunt for it. Okay. Sounds like such a itty bitty thing, doesn't it? Sounds like such a small thing, but you need to be putting it in places like your announcement, your website header, your banner. Literally, it needs to be flashing in their face as soon as we hit October. It needs to be flashing in their face. Okay. It needs to be realistic as well. Now, again, if you have no idea and you're like Steph, Royal Mail, UPS, FedEx, they haven't even released those dates yet. I'm like in the last live, I walked you through how to like figure that out. Okay. So pretty well, you need to figure that out. Now, what I'm going to do really, really quickly is I'm going to attempt to switch my windows over like that. For those of you who are watching on Instagram, I'm just going to attempt to do the same thing. There we go. So I know it's not ideal and I am going to have to keep moving things around, but this particular thing is what we're going to cover. And this is like behind the scenes of the course. This is what we're really going to cover in video 4. Okay. So like, as you can see here, I've got swipe files, I've got Pinterest boards, awkward messages. Like I've literally got the whole lot that you need. Video course, it's very, very like cut and dry, very, very easy to do. It's this bit that, you know, really looking at the trust side of it that we're going to cover in video 4 of this. Okay. So I just really wanted to show you that. Right, now I'm going back to the iPad. Now I'm moving that back over there, doing the same on Instagram. It's a real pain. I wish there was like a way to shimmy things about without having to, there we go. Okay. So the second thing is, and we talked about your 3 to 5 last week, and I really just wanted to go over that again, because your 3 to 5, basically, it's the 3 to 5 products that sell the best for you. I want you to make a copy of them, and I want you to Christmasify them. I basically want you to turn those products, if you can, into giftable products, and I want you to like Christmas the bejesus out of it. Okay, I really want you to go all out with this, not like in a crazy like, oh, everything's got to have tinsel on it way, but like put your keywords in there, change your thumbnail image, just make it have a little bit of a Christmas twist. Okay, now I'm not saying do this with your entire shop, I'm saying do this with the 3 to 5 products that sell the best for you. All right, now another side note of this is that once you have your 3 to 5, I then want you to create an additional 3 copies, and I want each of those copies to have an SEO hat. Okay, basically focusing in on a specific type of gift. So gift for a teacher, gift for a co-worker, stocking filler for under £20, personalized family gift, etc. Okay, so we're going like one layer deeper than we did last week, and I want you to make sure that you're actually creating copies of listings that are already proven to do well, because I don't want you to do this with listings that like are not doing so hot, and listings that are not really doing anything for you, because that's like wasting your time. But what I do want you to do is I want you to make an additional like 3 copies of each one of these. All right, and I want you to specifically have it for one target person that buyer is going to buy that gift for. Okay, gifting season is what it's all about in Q4. Basically, what I'm saying is increase the amount of gifts. Now, not just increase the amount of gifts in terms of like just have generic Christmas keywords. That's kind of what we're doing here. Here we're going one layer deeper, and we're being very specific. Okay, extra brownie points if you want to change your first thumbnail image on that, on those as well. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, again, I'm going to show you the bit of the course. Click and drag it all over again. I'm going to show you the bit of the course where we are actually going to be doing this. Okay, so there we go, Instagram, clicking and dragging me window. I know it's small, but just bear with. So this whole thing, I'm literally going to walk you through how to do it in video 3. And I've got a keyword swipe file here with all the Christmas keywords, festive, description tweaks, all that kind of stuff. So every lesson has template swipe files, videos, downloadables if that's applicable to it. It's really got everything that you need. Okay, so it's in video 3, and you can see here it's like day 1, day 2, and day 3. To be honest, the vast majority of people get all this done in one weekend, unless you're on a 3-day weekend, in which case you can get it done then. But basically, the whole point of this is that it's very, very easy. It's very, very bite size. You are going to get this done with the help of this course, which is half price until Friday, in the quickest, most efficient way, without you doing it wrong along the way. I know it sounds like, oh, Steph, this is all easy stuff. It's all stuff that I can just kind of do. But you would not believe the amount of times that people say, I've done my Christmas prep. And I go into their shop and I'm like, yeah, but you've not quite done it right. Like, going back up to this little flow here, maybe you've not quite done this bit right. You've not quite done that bit right. You might have done it like 50% of the way there, but to be honest, 50% is not enough when every man and his dog, it seems like in Q4, is wanting their Etsy shop or their own website or their handmade products to be bought as gifts as well. So needless to say, it's a very competitive time of year, but it's a very, very, very important time of year, as you can imagine. So let me just grab my iPad back up again. There we go. If you are watching on Facebook, that should be back up for you now. Okay, good. So that's number 2. Number 3 is your photo, specifically your thumbnail. Okay, I'm not saying you got to go in and change all of your listing photos or anything like that, but it's really looking at, how do I stand out in the sea of mediocrity, which is the Etsy search results, Google, whatever, with my Christmassy product, with these here. Okay, has that all made sense so far? Before I dive into number 3, let me know. And if you do have any questions about the course, about Christmassy stuff, let me know. Love So Much says, what if you are starting a new shop? It's still really important, because the great thing about starting a new shop, I would get it up as soon as you can, I'd say later September time, if you do want to catch that Q4 rush. The thing that I love about starting a new shop around this time of year and doing it in this way with the help of this course is that you are already going to be having a little boost, because you have all of these new people coming into your potential customers, really coming into your listings, looking at your brand, all that sort of stuff. So it is a really good time of year to launch a shop, to be honest with you. And I do like it being that way. I think it can be kind of rough when you launch it in like January, Feb time, because things can be quiet. And then the mind tricks start playing on you. You're like, oh, is it my product? Is it this? Is it that? Like, what am I doing wrong? All that kind of stuff. So yeah, going back to number 3. You don't need a Christmas photo shoot, okay? All you need is literally you go into like Amazon or I don't know, eBay, and you just order like some Christmassy bits, some, I'd say 2 to 3 props for like to cover your entire version of this, like things like ribbon, things like if tinsel makes sense, you can use tinsel, like fake berries, fake holly, like jute kind of wrapping, all that sort of stuff. Like it really like depends on your brand and how you want to do this. But pretty well, you're just taking the photos, in the same way, in this, if they worked for you, if those particular listings have done well, you are literally taking pictures, but you're just putting those 2 to 3 Christmassy sort of props in there. Okay. Now, again, I'm not saying to go nuts. I'm not saying to be like, oh, I'm going to have tinsel and fairy lights and this and that. It's literally just 2 to 3 props. That is all that you need. Okay. It pretty well has to do one job, and that job is help the buyer picture it as a holiday gift. That's all it needs to do. But you have to help them along the way. All right. And the great thing about this is that a lot of your competitors, they are not going to be doing this. Like, they straight up, they are not going to be changing a thing. So the fact that you're doing this, it just means that you're going to be ahead. And it just means that the buyer then can actually visually see what your product will be like as a Christmas gift. Like, it's just going to be so much easier. There's a reason why the likes of John Lewis, Marks and Spencer's, like all of the big box stores, why they always have this big Coca-Cola, why they always have this big, huge Christmas ad campaign. It's because if Marks and Spencer's just rocked up and was like, yeah, like, buy this M&S Christmas pudding, basically advertise their products the same way they do in the summer, they would not get anywhere near as much Christmas revenue. It's because they're kind of reframing the products that they already have in terms of, these would make lovely Christmas gifts. You know, John Lewis do the same thing. There's this Work Up every single year, the John Lewis Christmas advert, and every year they seem to knock it out the park. But it's because they're doing a reframe of the products that they have. This, what I'm teaching you in this course, which is, by the way, half price until Friday. This is going to be like your mini version of that. Okay. Let me just make sure yes, I have. Okay. So number 4 is show reviews clearly. God, my handwriting is terrible, but you can probably see. So because of this trust thing, you need to screenshot reviews, testimonials, even if you've just got like a social media comment with someone saying, I tried this and it was amazing. Or maybe someone from a craft fair bought it and DM'd you saying this is amazing. Or maybe it's an Etsy review from like a couple of months ago that you're really proud of. What you want to do is you want to screenshot reviews, and you want to, if you're on your own website, if you're on Shopify, you can pin them. Or if you're on Etsy, if you just literally take a screenshot and put it on like the 3rd image in your, you've got your image slots. I want this here in your 3rd image, not in your 2nd, not in your 4th, in your 3rd slot. Okay. Reason for that is because a lot of the time people are not really reading reviews and stuff. So what I would much rather you do is literally screenshot them and put it in the actual images yourself, just so you can like put that front and center. It builds trust doing it that way so much more than just having that itty bitty star rating underneath your shop. That's important. Like, do not get me wrong. That's also important. But you also want to be like, hey, people like this. There's social proof there. And do that as much as you can. Basically, you want to put strong reviews where new buyers will essentially see them. All right. Now, in the course itself, we actually, again, I'm grabbing my, wrong bit. This is what I want. You just saw my many windows of my many comments if you're on Facebook just now. So if I go to here and I just shrink that down for Instagram really quickly. So if you go to video 5, it's literally called Build Instant Buyer Trust Without Fancy Photos or a Big Team. And I'm literally walking you through exactly like all the other things that you have to do to build trust around this time of year. Okay. So by the way, if you're watching on Instagram, I have popped the link in. Or if you want to comment the trigger word Xmas weekend, it will send you like a little automated message. If you're watching on Facebook, I have actually pinned the link, and this course is going to be half price until Friday. So that's where we do that there. And also while I'm here as well, you'll see it's got a little get started video, your festive shopfront glow up, make your listings more giftable, delivery confidence, this video build instant buyer trust, boost your boost your visibility. So we're talking about getting more eyeballs. And then the final kind of like wrap up what to kind of do next. Okay. So I just wanted to run through that with you. Just so you guys can kind of see like the general vibe of what the course and stuff is. So let me go back to my iPad, adjust it back for Instagram again. This is infuriating. I need to find a better way to do this, but I have not found it yet. Okay, so number 5 is send buyers to the right place. Okay. Linkies. How many of you are using a link in bio or a link tree? And I just want like a show of hands, just say yes or no. Like actually let me know how many of you on your Instagram or maybe like emails or however you drive traffic, how many of you are literally like you have a link tree where you have multiple different links and it's sent to all different places? Let me know. Because this, at this time of year, is pretty much death to traffic. Okay. Oh, I don't know why I put a P in there. Death to traffic. Meaning to say, there ain't no way that if you've got a link tree with 5 different links, it ain't no way that that one person finding you on Instagram is going to be going to them all. Okay. Now, even worse, if you have a link and it's just basically going to like a generic homepage, like your Etsy homepage, your website homepage, that's also not a good idea. The best thing to do would be to create some kind of category, create some kind of collection where you are sending traffic to that specific collection, to that specific place with all of your Christmassy gifts, which again links back to point number 2, which was to create your 3 to 5 and then create your 3 copies. Okay, so you can kind of begin to see actually that this whole Christmas prep thing is so much more in depth than just put your last posting date up and update your thumbnails and do a little bit of a sprinkling of like Christmas gifts and stuff. No, like it's actually a lot more in depth. That is why, oh, zoom out. There we go. That is why we create your 3 to 5, because if you have a link that's going to like a generic homepage, a generic place, that's just death to actually people clicking those links. Especially if it is a link tree as well. Like that's why I don't use our link in bio thing anymore. I just use Instagram's 2 like links, and I literally have a maximum of 2, even better if it's 1. And that's why when you're creating your category, collection, whatever you want to call it here, is that you want to be doing it because you want that one link, that one place where you are sending it to. And it could be like shop Christmas gifts, gifts under £20, ready to ship gifts, Christmas products. It can be like a very simple, easy breezy thing. All right. So if you guys have any questions, like ask me now because I'm here, I'm live. But one thing that I do want to say is that it's so easy to get this wrong. And because it's a time of year that it comes and goes in a flash, you have to do this now and you have to do this right. Because if you start tweaking November, December, that's when you're resetting the clock, you're resetting the algorithm, and that's when we're in trouble because we don't want to be making tweaks. Pretty well, you want to be, let me just do like August, September, October, November, December. Pretty well, let's do the highlighter pretty well. You want to be getting things sorted and done and left here. You do not want to be tweaking in October, November, December. You want to be doing your tweaks here and not here. Okay, so again, you pretty much get a time limit on this, and you almost get like a one-shot time limit on this, because you just want to make sure to get this right, which is why last year I brought out this course, because I was like, it's an opportunity that only comes around once a year. You absolutely do not want to waste it. Okay, so it's half price until Friday, which I know sounds like loads and loads of time, but that does go very, very quickly, as you guys know, especially when the kids are off and it's all just mental crazy. You'll just be busy, busy, busy. So it's £37 until Friday. And then after Friday, it doubles back up in price to £75, if my maths is serving me. You just want to get these done as quickly as you can. And that's why the whole course is like, we're getting it done in a weekend. You want to get it done. You want to get it done right. And you want to make sure that you're not faffing with this, that you're not kind of, here, there, and everywhere. It's walking you through the right way. Okay. So I really, really hope that this has been helpful. I also hope to see you guys inside of the course as well. Even if you've never bought anything from me before, this is definitely one of those things that I would say, hey, even if you just start off with this, it's just going to be the best way. If you've already got it from last year, that's fine. You're set, because you have lifetime access to this as well. So you can literally reuse it. That's the other thing I totally forgot to say, is that you can reuse this course over and over and over again. Okay. So the great thing about this is that it's not something that's you have to buy it anew every single year. It's the kind of thing that you can reuse it for multiple different shops, multiple different times of year, and do it that way. So it is a really, really good thing to grab, especially while it's half price as well. So do you guys have any general Christmassy questions? No worries if not. I'm also aware that it's a really funny time of day. Normally my lives are at 1 and this one was at 10. Completely get it. We're slap bang in the middle of an epic heat wave again in the southern UK. Yesterday it was 32. Today's going to be 29. Tomorrow's going to be 29. Thursday's going to be 34. So and that's degrees C. So we are not used to this heat. My grass is dead. A lot of my plants are dead. Everything is dry and crispy, including me. So hence why this live was at 10 rather than doing it at 1 when I'm cooking in this garden office, because I just could not do that. I would be an absolute sweaty mess. So thank you very, very much for bearing with. So if you do have any questions, do let me know. Even if you're watching on the replay and you want to pop a little comment underneath, you can. So I'll give it a minute or so in case anyone does have any Christmas related questions. I know it seems funny talking about Christmas, especially when I'm talking about, in the same breath, talking about a heat wave as well. But it is important that you're working a few months ahead. Looking at this graphic here, you don't want to be making tweaks October, November, December to your Christmassy things. You want to leave them and let the algorithm figure out where they're gonna go, really. So this is why August, September, and I know how busy August is, and I know how busy September can be for a lot of you guys as well. So this is why we're talking about it now. I know it seems early, I know it seems crazy, but it's definitely one of those things that you need to sort of do. Jane's like, it's 17 degrees up in the northeast. Jane, do you know what? Even overnight, it didn't get down that low. I would love to have 17 degrees at the moment. It's currently 25 in here. And even I'm a bit oh, that's a bit warm, isn't it? It is a little bit warm. We have no wind either. So anyway, all right. No questions. Lovely, lovely. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really, really hope we will see you inside of the, let me get its full name, the Get Your Shop Ready for the Holidays in One Weekend course. It is such a good, practical little course. It's half price. And I really, really hope to see you in there. But for now, my loves, thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you same time, same places next week for another Monday Live.